Texas A&M quarterback. Johnny Manziel responded to former NFL player and Locked On 49ers host, my guy actually, Eric Crocker, who said this on Twitter. I'm watching Johnny Manziel untold. I'm confused by something. Manziel is on Netflix with his best friend talking about all the illegal stuff they were doing. What's the difference between the stuff he's doing and keeping his Heisman and Reggie Bush getting stripped of his? This is what Johnny Manziel said. There's nothing I want to see more than for Reggie to get his Heisman back. I think what the NCAA did in that situation is complete bullshit. This is his words, not mine. He is one of the best college football players in history and deserves to be on that stage with us every year. The only difference between my story and Reggie's is that my illegal activities did not start until after my Heisman season. Carl, you're a stickler for the rules. I know this. And you always say life ain't fair. But many agree Reggie should get his Heisman back. And here you have a guy like Johnny Manziel who did some similar things in college, who's coming out and calling out the unfairness. And we know Johnny isn't giving his Heisman back. Does Reggie Bush deserve his Heisman?
Reggie Bush deserves his Heisman Trophy. The difference is Johnny Manziel directly violated rules. Reggie Bush's parents are the ones who violated the rules. Reggie Bush got punished for something that his parents did. That, for all intents and purposes, a lot of people believe that he didn't even know about till well after the fact. Now, when the thing happened with Reggie, I think that one of the things that made his situation even bigger than Johnny Manziel's is how much USC won during that era. 2 national championships, a play away from winning 3 in a row. They had dominated college football at such a hot length that it wasn't just about Reggie. It was also about Pete Carroll, right? It was also about Matt Leinart. It was about that whole brand that the USC Trojans had built during that era. Is why you wanted to go to USC, because of how cool that era looked. Johnny Manziel didn't win at Texas A&M. It was a great story. It was cool. You got the one Alabama upset, but he didn't win the SEC. He did not win a national championship. I don't even think they played in the playoffs during his career. So his thing kind of went under the radar a little bit because it didn't affect college football as a whole. But USC was so dominant during that run, it seemed unfair to everybody that they beat, and Reggie got singled out because of that. But with the era of college football we're in now with the NIL, with you seeing on Netflix what Manziel did and how freely he talked about what they did, it's time for them to revisit this conversation and bring Reggie Bush back into the Heisman fold and give him his trophy back.
Now, that aside, I gotta ask this too, because again, the tweet was like, how did Manziel keep his Heisman and Reggie lost his? I also want to make a note. And Johnny Manziel also made this note. He said, I didn't start doing illegal activity until after his Heisman. Like, he almost said that as if, he was afraid someone was going to come to his house, kick the door down and be like, hey, we saw this documentary. We need your heavy Heisman back, right? I got to say, with that statement, was Johnny just protecting himself? Like,
well, we don't know when he did it. We weren't there. He could be telling the truth. He seemed to be very honest. He talked about all his shortcomings in that video or in the documentary. So I don't know whether he was protecting himself in that or not. I do know that they need to give Reggie Bush his trophy back.